perfect design. Prepare the instrument for the American Revolution. The sun is bursting at the seams. Beyond in some other world, they comprehend death. In some other generation, I was watching some of the previews of upcoming films, and we're talking about you guys. I'm seeing a problem brewing. Uh, they're describing zombie apocalypse scenario just to ease people's minds, help them get their minds wrapped around the situation. Breather mask is essential. A beautiful and sleek piece of equipment is the correct response to what's going on in the world. It's very American for us to produce these life saving instruments with style. The potential when we implement gaming social network system with through the cell phone, we do that good work and we make it beautiful and comfortable so people feel encouraged to wear it when those critical times that they really did need to wear it, when they're going through a crowd, when they're going out shopping, when they're doing this and that. There's coming a murky time in the future when people have gotten the vaccine, but and they're walking around without a mask, and they've got the different type of strand, and you're shopping, and they're gonna, you know, interact with you. It's not fair. So we need this equipment. This is a family thing where Hatch and Trey work together and produce these breathing masks. It's so important, you guys, but also it's really disturbing that a couple days ago, apparently Trump was campaigning and saying that he's going to run again. So it's a grim sign. And, I'm just seeing it 3 days later, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen Trump in a long time, and I've really just sort of cleansed myself of him. And then just the idea of what the 2024 election might look like. And so, absolutely working on my campaign. I have some passionate issues, but I need to perform them and have feedback with my group. I need editors and people working on it and bringing it into a place, and then just like a very even dose. And we keep that on a low temperature. The whole political side of what I'm doing is actually on a low burner, but what's fun about it is like, yes, I that is something I'm doing, but hey guys, check this out. Like here's the new invention, and it's oh neat, it is interactive. I mean that's really my the heart of America, getting to know and building a relationship. That's my campaign, but it's just that I don't feel that politics is leadership at this point. There's just something terribly wrong here. The charisma of the American is my destiny. Leadership. I'm excited, you guys. But to get working, to get going, I just want to touch base with you guys. So yeah, in the movies I've been watching, they have like mentionings of jokes about schoolwork, and I was just like, what kid is going to be responding to that and laughing? It just seems odd. that movies developed in 2020 are tone deaf, essentially, but no harm done, you know. But sometimes you find the most auspicious things, most dangerous little piece of, oh my globness, that changes everything. And while I have a lot to say about the human condition and the actual reality of the universe and what season it's in and what is possible, it's also like that humanity contains solutions, or humanity is an adaptation who understands exactly what I'm saying and is sort of dealing with it in a different way. And I want to be talented in addressing these issues and not just some wonderful creation issues we can talk about. And I don't think that the human condition is preventing my progress. I'm not blaming that on that. I'm just so eager to get going. It's really been a lifelong thing. And the wear map for me was more of a confirmation that Earth was like, it is magic wizard mission time. And for me, that meant like, oh, like put on your war paint, put on your like, and I kind of had already done that. Master Source was invented in 2017. And, but for my campaign, I mean, I think I can really take some, there's a lot of energy in America. think I could take the energy out of the Trump thing and kind of dissolve that as we're approaching, what is going to happen in 2024. And so me being, a radical politician, it's going to be like combat. I'm going to have sets where, like, 3-hour sets where we smash things and well, it's hard to explain, but you kind of have to be there. It would be like edited down, but then we'd also have moments where I'm working in VR and people are able to come up and ask me questions about my campaign. And these are just some really nice ideas that you can imagine if we just have an office and a couple people, and then we're working on that, we're working on this, we're working on that, and that's my job and my lifestyle is a full-time career working on being, I don't know, an idol, I guess. It's just me living my life. I'm really excited because super cities and changing the super cities is really where I want us to go. And I think the real experience as an American is a wealthy one. A lifestyle of exploration, and finding, oh wow, what's this demon city over here, exploring the new super city. I think that should be, the experience of the American as we're interacting with our own robots and AI. We're sort of performing the actual identity firewall security that a country can perform with its people. So I'm saying like a sort of optimization of what we can do with the technology we have at this time is a little bit askew, and that's my opportunity. So I'm a technician, and so and then it doesn't leak, and I got the tops, so no overflow, and we've really got this thing buttoned down. Thank you guys so much for being my friend. I'm looking for that full production. I cheer Trey Parker in his battle through South Park. He's working with the identity. He's raising a family. It's awesome. I'm excited to see the episode next week. All right. Um, Master Source Industries is an inspiration, a revolution. Like I said, I'm gonna have powerful sets. So there's gonna be, like rowdy spirits are gonna go, oh, what's this? you don't need to, because I mean, people are like, well, you know, with this pandemic, everyone's upset. They're going off over to Trump. I just don't like, there's way too much bad stuff going on here, you guys. And the way that the last couple days, the way they've been reporting about the pandemic is absolutely eerie. We need to get excited about delivering solutions. I think if we produce a movie about Hatch working to start up a company, and I want to go big though, like buy the plastic printers, and that's why I need Trey to sign those papers and make that happen. The Trey's that wizard. He's that producer. Or you guys, this isn't just about business. This is about America 2021. What the hell is going on here and all this? I think we're going to feel a lot safer if we have Hatch over there, boom, boom, firing off his boom, boom. Oh, what's going on? Oh, you know, because we're going to have labs going on and, you know, kind of parties going on. So, and lots to discover there. So, you know, I always have like a really a dynamic way of uh, so that you know it's not only a stage set, also people are able to explore because they're going around the corner and then oh there it is, and then they press the button and it plays. You know, like multiply it. You know, let there be layers. All right, let's look at the slides, you guys. Thank you so much. I love you guys, and we're doing our best to save lives today, and that's super funny. You know, and that's a good base. And I mean it's funny. I mean it's not funny on its own, but I mean for Trey Parker it's really very funny. You know, as for, you know, being a professional. Um, and I hope that Trey can be excited about the opportunity of designing the gentleman's best and allow himself. And he just has to stop punishing himself, but because he's actually punishing other people, right? And say like, well, that would be a tremendous opportunity for me to design the gentleman's best, and that's a really creative solution, Hatch. You're thinking about that absolutely, and that's a way of explaining our affiliation too. I'm really excited about working with South Park, but I see it now. I see it now. I've been looking at the news and I'm like, oh okay, whoa. um, the relationship between Hatch and Trey is long term, and so Trey is comprehending as a professional and understanding. All right, so let's look at the slides, you guys. Thank you so much for showing up, and I know you got a busy day, so just to wrap this up. So even in this efficient breathing mask, I feel there's significant design flaws. And this is something that we think that this is a good breathing mask, okay? And this is what people are going to, you're going to be seeing people wearing this more and more as these other levels of the germ comes out. But I think it would be much more civil for us to develop a comfortable, easy fitting breather that filters the air. And specifically, it's pumping the air. So you're not working the respirators by your breathing. You have a larger breathing space so you don't hyperventilate. Um, we're going to focus on allowing the person to be able to answer a phone call whilst having this piece of equipment on. Um, but once we involve with the phone on that level, that opens up into its own app where you're talking about XR gaming. So there's a little gaming option here, and or just applications like, would you like to hear today's news reports, you know, and or do you have like a podcast you'd like to listen to, or whatever you can do. But um, it is important to I think that introducing gaming is essential so that people feel comfortable with their purchase, that they know that they're not buying some sort of panic uh product like, oh, like that pillowcase that was supposed to like cure sickness, and that guy's in trouble. Like I'm not saying like we have to use our common sense. Like, okay, because a full covering, a fishbowl covering to your face does protect you from germ contact. So this isn't some sort of sham wow. We have to be that's the intelligent curve. We have to be the common sense that goes, whoa, these kids are in trouble. Put a breathing mask on their face, make it look cool. It has to have little flashing lights on it. It has to be fun and comfortable to wear. They need to and make it. That's what mom says. She's so angry. Right. So I'm thinking, what about producing? I know that this is because Trey is a producer of films. I mean, can we say, okay, this is a film about a guy, but he's also the director, and he's allowed to use the budget for the things that he needs or whatever. Man, I well, or okay. Well, that will be another to do, but I'm saying, is it possible we could go through the maneuver of producing a show or like a movie, but to sort of use, okay, it's complicated. I know. All right. Well, you guys do your best on your end, and I just really encourage you, Trey, because I'm hoping you'd be interested in designing this model. It says CEO, and I want it to look different. If I do all the models, they're people are just gonna get the feeling that they're very similar. I want it to have like just a different uh, groupings of material or, oh, really lamb's leather or, some sort of elite CEO smell that needs to be there. you know. All right. Anyway, aligning perfectly. You guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Um, I'm so excited for this building. I think that this is a vision from the Earth. I'd like to talk to you guys about how rocks think. They think in fractures. So if you're ever, if you're, well, the rock language, because it meditates. Well, it's in deep places in the Earth, when the Earth is thinking deeply, the upper mantle of the Earth crust is actually a psychic region because it emulates the green rainbow. So the upper mantle is a psychic region of the world. And as it's meditating, the rock cracks. And it sounds like a thunderbolt going on under the ground. But the point is that this sort of meditation arcs around these uh, uh, sort of cracks in such a way that they become exclamations or like the rhythm of the conversation. However, to the point where the psychic is actually leading the fractures. And so sometimes in my meditation, so I will be thinking and I'll go, it's exactly this. And just when I said this, it's like there's some sound like the house, some goes, or there's some kind of noise that just aligns perfectly with what I was just thinking. Um, and that's like this rock chi. Like so the energy of rock is about aligning. It's actually incredibly closely related to clockwork. So rocks are actually really, really interesting. But you know, I have a lot of interests. So I think I'll be a great director for, channels and stuff, being like, you guys, I'm really also interested in food and developing like a delivery service where we make up like new foods, but they're really good and they're healthy. They have vitamins, and we're like snacking on it during the show. Everyone's getting hungry, right? And then at the end of the show, they have a chance to order, and then it's commercials free because. So that So stuff like that, and it sort of has this sort of, all right, thank you guys so much. Um, so I think that Earth had like a vision. Um, you know, there is a way that this could happen, you guys. And yeah, you're right that like I really just need one, two, three. These guys, I would need them on like some sort of contract, you know. Um, but also I noticed on LoopNet that these buildings aren't even listed anymore. I'm not sure what's going on there. So, but I'm sure, money makes anything happen, kind of. So it's kind of a weird truth about. All right. Thank you guys so much. So, with me as always is Millie, the Outlaw, and I'm Hatch, your humble narrator. You guys were fighting for America. I stayed up all night, and I am absolutely loving life. But I'm angry at what I'm seeing in the news. It's lies, and the people are dying, and it's like they're like, okay, guys, let's get used to it because and it's not like I wasn't looking up about Trump. So it's like, it was 3 or 4 days ago that Trump announced that like he is running again and I'm like, what? This is like, and that totally changes my idea about how important my campaign is and about, starting a new party. Because when I was listening to Trump talk, he was like talking in a really weird way, in this exaggerated way about starting a party. And he's like, we're not interested in that. Oh, and I'm like, oh, Trump is busted ass talking in tongues in a lame French, you know, an outrageous accent. I mean, that guy is going nuts. So anyway, but you know what? The fight is real, you guys. This is actually like a holy war. So the psychic battle, you guys keep standing up for yourself, keep fighting hard, keep presenting your material. All right, the universe is vast. Let's agree as a circle of wizards that we want to perfect our potential. That is the bond of life. That is the bond of this sheltering tree and the circle of wizards. We want to perfect mutually. We want to perfect our um, potential, you guys. And so I want to get active. There's going to be environmental activism going on in my company. We'll have channels talking about this. All of these issues that are okay. So a lot of intelligent stuff's going to be going on, and we'll have okay, you guys, lots of good stuff there. And I see okay, and I want to talk about oh, okay. So like armor up now, Trey. And so like what we want to do is have like a mutual. Let's have a wizard agreement where we have a mutual uh, defense. Where okay, if the entire Earth is getting a shockwave attack, we're on the same page about residency, about Earth. Let's help each other out where we can, when we can. Of course, we also need to be doing our own stuff. So we have to respect. So here at the wizard's table, everyone's being respected, right? That's the rule. But seriously, just have each other's back on the. There's a weird, there's a spooky thing, and it's. I think you guys know about it, but more importantly, the documentation of the energy battle is immaculately recorded. So the evidence is there, but we need to have sort of larger thinking chieftains who are interested in, whoa, let's make things better. Let's get those volumes up. Let's make this party happen. Let's go, 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 because that's really what Hatch is. He's a big fighter. He's a party in the. All right, you guys, thank you so much. I'm feeling it. I'm so angry. And I have been up all night. So thank you guys so much for being my friend. Let's work hard. I really the wolf robot story is immaculate. It's perfect and it's essential. It's part of the hands-on equipment. It's like animating is like an actual precursor to robotics. So it's the superior thing for me to work with Trey on that episode that would really secure a sort of why the crossover here. But it's also like, I don't know, I just think Earth is saying, Earth is telling me every day, South Park is going to be so important to your career. These guys are super serious about America. Um, and just Earth is telling me that over and over. Trey, don't give up on him. Uh, because basically because of this map. Because I also understand something about money and the triggering of humans. And so, like, me working with people who only actually move money when they have a boner, it's like I can't really work with that because they'll get timing belt manipulated. And oh, okay, never mind. Okay, so not actually fiction. You know, some people call it the South Park curse. Other people have noticed that there's, you know, some wild stuff going on. So, but I'm just saying, like, I know common sense wise that I need Trey Parker in my corner, you guys, and I'm so grateful. But it's a magical map, and it brought us together. So, based on that, it's something completely new and different. It's like, oh, what? So Hatch is this huge wizard. He was trying to open a company, and then smash, he got sent right to Trey Parker. You know, and it's about culture, society, identity. And Hatch is reading the signs, and he's like, okay, we need to do this and this and this so that we can really clear up the Armageddon problem vacuum. And basically, Hatch and Trey works together to make everything smarter. Everything gets more intelligent when you produce Hatch. So I'm saying, let's go, you guys. So really excited to, you know, and I think it's so important to go big with the buildings and really, you know, uh, get into this cock piece because it's just gonna be such a rewarding story later, like way later when we be like, well, you know, what was really convincing was this Beavis, you know. All right, you guys, thank you so much. It's a good time. And I'm really excited to announce that the Simpsons have signed for 2 more seasons. So woo, we got them on for a couple more years, you guys. Um, and that's all the good news from the past year. All right, thank you guys. Let's do our best. The breathing mask, it's essential. Let's just do some hard work. Let's get some grease on our elbows. Thank you, gentlemen. As perfect as complete is good.